Your eyes haven't even fully opened yet. Your body is still half asleep, and somehow your hand is already reaching across the sheets toward your phone. You didn't decide to do this, it just happened. But the real reason behind this is far stranger than habit or addiction. It starts with a pigeon, a lever, and a scientist who almost discovered it by accident. In the 1950s, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner was studying how animals learn to repeat behaviors. He placed pigeons in a box with a lever and set up a machine to release food pellets when the lever was pressed. At first, food came every single time the lever was pressed. The pigeons pressed it steadily, calmly, without much urgency. Then, Skinner changed the rule. Instead of rewarding every press, the machine now released food only sometimes, at random, unpredictable intervals. Something remarkable happened. The pigeons didn't press the lever less. They pressed it more, far more, obsessively, almost frantically, checking again and again, unable to stop. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement, and it turned out to be one of the most powerful behavioral patterns ever discovered. Unpredictable rewards, it turns out, are far more compelling than predictable ones. Why would uncertainty make a behavior stronger instead of weaker? Think about your ancestors for a moment, moving through unpredictable landscapes, searching for food, water, and signs of danger. A berry bush wasn't guaranteed to have fruit every single day. A watering hole wasn't guaranteed to be safe. Nothing in that world operated on a fixed schedule. A brain that gave up checking after one disappointment would starve. A brain that kept checking, driven by the mere possibility of reward, however uncertain, had a serious survival advantage. Evolution built you to be captivated by uncertainty, not repelled by it. Your ancestors who kept scanning, kept checking, kept searching, even without guaranteed payoff, were the ones who found enough food and avoided enough danger to survive. You inherited that exact same wiring. It's just aimed today at a small glowing rectangle instead of a berry bush. Have you ever noticed that a text message feels more exciting than an email you were expecting? That's not your imagination. A researcher named Wolfram Schultz spent decades studying dopamine, a brain chemical long assumed to simply create pleasure. Schultz discovered something more precise. Dopamine doesn't fire mainly in response to reward itself. It fires in response to the prediction of reward, and especially in response to uncertainty about whether a reward is coming at all. In his experiments with primates, dopamine neurons fired most intensely not when a reward was guaranteed, and not when it never arrived, but when the outcome was uncertain, somewhere close to a 50% chance. Certainty, in either direction, calmed the signal down. Uncertainty kept it firing. Your phone, whether by design or by accident, sits at the center of exactly this kind of uncertainty. Every time you unlock it, you don't know exactly what's waiting. A message, a like, nothing at all. Your brain doesn't treat that unpredictability as neutral. It treats it the way Skinner's pigeons treated an unpredictable lever, and the way your ancestors' brains treated an unpredictable berry bush. So why does this urge hit hardest the moment you wake up, before you're even fully conscious? This is where a second, older biological system enters the picture. A researcher named Clemens Kirschbaum studied what happens to your body chemistry in the first hour after waking and identified something now called the cortisol awakening response. Cortisol, often mislabeled simply as a stress hormone, actually functions as an alertness and vigilance hormone. Kirschbaum's research showed that cortisol levels spike sharply within 30 to 45 minutes of waking, priming your brain and body for heightened attention to your environment. For most of human history, that surge of alertness had an obvious purpose. Waking up meant re-entering a world that had kept moving while you were vulnerable and unconscious. Had anything changed overnight? Had a predator moved closer? Had the weather shifted? Your ancestors' brains treated the first moments of waking as a critical scanning period, a rapid check of the environment for anything new. You still carry that exact same waking alertness surge. It just no longer has a landscape to scan. So it reaches instead for the nearest available source of new information, which today, for most people, is a phone resting within arm's reach on the nightstand. Here's the twist that makes this even stranger. Your phone isn't simply satisfying this ancient scanning urge, it's combining it with Skinner's unpredictable reward system and Schultz's uncertainty-driven dopamine surge all at once, every single morning, before you've even had a chance to think clearly. Cortisol tells your half-asleep brain, scan your environment for anything new. Your phone offers exactly that, an unpredictable stream of new information. And the uncertainty of what you'll find activates the exact dopamine mechanism that made Skinner's pigeons unable to stop pressing their lever. 3 separate ancient systems layered on top of each other, all converging on a single reach across your sheets before your conscious mind has even fully switched on. Think about how this reframes the moment. You are not weak-willed for reaching for your phone first thing in the morning. You are running 3 overlapping evolutionary programs simultaneously, each one individually reasonable in the environment that built it, now all firing at once toward a target none of them were designed for. Have you ever tried leaving your phone in another room overnight, only to notice a strange, restless pull the next morning, almost like something is missing? That's not really about the phone. That's your waking vigilance system searching for its usual scanning target and coming up empty, alongside a dopamine system left without its normal shot of uncertainty. Now, consider what this means for how mornings actually work for most people today. The average person checks their phone within minutes of waking, often before getting out of bed, before speaking to another person, sometimes before their eyes have fully adjusted to the light. This isn't a personal failing unique to distracted or undisciplined people. It's the predictable output of ancient scanning instincts and reward circuitry meeting a device engineered, whether deliberately or simply through market pressure, to maximize exactly the kind of unpredictability your brain finds irresistible. Your ancestors' morning scan ended within a few minutes. There was only so much landscape to check. Your phone's morning scan has no natural endpoint. There is always another notification that could arrive in the next few seconds, another possible piece of information just beyond the current screen. This is why the pull rarely resolves into simple satisfaction. Skinner's pigeons didn't calm down after checking the unpredictable lever. They kept pressing. Your morning phone check works the same way, structurally incapable of fully resolving the very uncertainty that makes it compelling in the first place. So the next time you catch your hand reaching for your phone before your eyes have even focused, pause for a moment before picking it up. That reach is not a modern weakness. It is three ancient systems working exactly as designed. A vigilance hormone surging to scan for danger, a reward circuit built to chase uncertainty rather than avoid it, and an instinct passed down from ancestors who survived by checking their environment first thing every single morning. Your eyes haven't even fully opened yet. Your body is still half asleep, and your hand is already reaching. Not because something is wrong with you, but because for nearly all of human history, that exact reflex was the difference between waking up safe and not waking up at all.